Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I have a really exciting one for you guys today, so I'm really excited about this one. You know how I love Rooibos. Well, this week's flavor is going to be Rooibos Nutcracker, which I'm excited because it's got. Well, I don't want to talk too much about it yet. I'll talk about it once we get this party started. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up. I'm gonna start the water, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Since this is a welcome, whoever you are, you just popped in. Welcome, two people. I don't know who you are yet because your names didn't appear yet. But welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing Rooibos Nutcracker today, and this one, you guys know how I feel about Rooibos tea, so I'm really excited about this one. Rooibos, being a red tea, is an herbal blend, so I'm going to be starting our water. Hey, Ali, welcome! I'm going to be starting my water at 212 degrees, and it's going to be there for about 5 minutes. Being that it's a Rooibos tea, it can actually stay there for however long you want to steep it. It would keep. It's really hard to mess up Rooibos tea, so I'm ready to start this puppy. So I'll put you guys down for just a moment while I open up my tea bag or my pouch. Oh, so I'm going to read off the ingredients. This has Rooibos, apple pieces, cocoa nibs, natural caramel flavor, marigold, natural hazelnut flavor, blue cornflower, and natural chestnut flavor. So there's a lot of natural flavors in here. I've had a sample of this. Hey, Jose, welcome. I've had hey, Ma, welcome. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Izzy, welcome. I have had a sample of this. I haven't tasted a whole lot. Shana, welcome. I always say Shana. Jamie, welcome. Thanks for joining. So catch you guys up. I'm doing Rooibos Nutcracker today. The water's already going, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and let you guys know. Ooh, this is a very strong smell. Oh, that's beautiful. I love this thing. Well, yeah, as opposed to unnatural flavors, they have like those chemically induced. I don't know what it would be to describe it, but yeah, they have the unnatural flavors. But this has a very sweet aroma. It's akin to syrup, but it's not as syrupy as the maple oolong that I did a couple weeks ago. This one, it smells lighter. It smells kind of sweeter than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out, show you guys what it looks like. Now, yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more because I like it strong. That's more like it. I'm going to seal this up before I have any accidents. Ooh, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like once I get... yeah, it's got a smell like honey mixed with maple syrup. It's a lot sweeter than the maple cream oolong. Now you can see this being a red tea. Charlie, welcome. Michelle, welcome. This is a very bright tea. You can see it's like really golden, very bright. You have a lot of yellows in there, a lot of light browns, a lot of reds. A little bit of blue. That's the cornflower that's in there. But you smell like it's the overwhelming sensation. Like as bright as the tea is, the scent is so much sweeter. Oh! I almost forgot to show you guys how much there is because we're going to compare what it looks like before and after it's steeped. Now you see it's pretty low. Now, since Rooibos in general is a short leaf tea, I don't expect it to have a whole lot of expansion once it's steeped in the water. The most expansion I'd see would probably be within the apple pieces and the marigold flowers and the corn flowers. Those are going to absorb more water, but the rooibos is going to probably stay relatively the same. Because it's a short leaf bush, so we're probably not going to see much of an expansion in that. My water is almost done. I can hear it. I can hear it coming to a boil, and that's like my highlight. Because once that water is done, I'm gonna run over there and pour some of it out. Oh, I'm showing a little cleavage there. It's kind of cold in my room, so I can't afford to keep this thing any lower than it is. Okay, it's coming. Come on, I hear it. It's boiling. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I like to hear. There we go. It popped. Ooh, here we go. So as usual, I have pre-sweetened my pot with stevia. Yeah, you see how excited I am just to hear the water as it comes up. Ooh, almost. Come on, go a little bit down. I almost over poured. I got a little too enthusiastic there. There we go. Like you can see, I'm going to show you. Yeah, I was testing the waters. I almost went overboard, but luckily I know when to say stop. This one time. Rooibos does make me happy. Like you've seen me at the tea shop. I'm like, ooh, Rooibos. Let's try Rooibos. This Rooibos, that Rooibos, the other. I'm a happy camper when it comes to Rooibos. Like on my worst day, give me a cup of Rooibos tea, and I'm happy. Oh, so anyway, I forgot to take the time. I keep forgetting to watch the clock. So it's 8:09. At 8:14, I'm gonna pull the basket out. Ooh, and even now, it's like it's the smell of the tea is already emanating the room. You smell a lot of the caramel. Like that's the first thing that pops up. You have the caramel with the Rooibos. Like Rooibos has a distinct scent to it on its own. It's more of a grounded kind of tea, but not as strong as the odor of a black tea. But rather it's kind of like dry dirt versus mud, how there's a difference in the texture and the look. You have it when it's dry, it's like light brown, but when it's wet, it's like really dark brown to black. That's the visual sense that you get from that is the difference between the smell as well. The black tea versus the Rooibos tea, you have a big difference. Like the Rooibos tea smells a lot lighter and a lot airier. You add the caramel to it, and it multiplies that. Ooh, it smells so good. Oh, I can't get over it. You get a lot of it smells like freshly made pancake breakfast. Like that is what I'm getting from this. And it's out of this world. Like I cannot I cannot complain. My room smells like IHOP. So which, I mean, a lot of guys, their rooms don't smell like IHOP, and most people are just upset about that altogether. Hey Val, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I think that this is your first one, right? Or were you here last week? Lucas, welcome to the show. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, my room smells like IHOP, and I can't get over it. It's like it's really, really nice. I would not want to move from this spot at all. And it's taking over my whole room. Like I can't believe I've never made this in house before. I've had it at the store, and it's just a small sample, and because there's so many scents going on when you're at the store, you kind of lose it within the atmosphere. But my room right now, it's a really, really strong scent of syrup and sweetness and everything that's like this is what I should wake up to every morning. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if only. Anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Rooibos teas. Rooibos is actually a red tea. When it pours out, you guys have seen other Rooibos teas before. It's got this really light brown red color to it. You're going to see it in a couple minutes. It's this amazing, like, it's a very airy smell to it, which I can't complain about. I love that. I love the light, sweet sense of it. Oh no, I did it. Sorry, I thought I forgot my spoon, but it's there. You guys know I'm always slightly unprepared, but it catches me off guard. So this time I was actually prepared in a different way than I expected. So I'm sure I'll come across something that I forgot to do later on, but that's okay. I'll just figure out as it happens. Anyway, so the red tea, the red of it. I'm watching the clock because I'm really excited. It's 8:13 now, so give it one more minute. The red. The red teas tend to be light and airy. You have teas like Rooibos and honeybush, which also counts as a red tea. Although it's a bit more grounded, it's still just as sweet as Rooibos generally. 8:14, time to pull it up. Okay, there we go. I'm going to make sure I don't spill anything. Oh, that smells amazing. Like, I just pulled the top off of my cast iron teapot, and the cast iron is really, really heavy, so you don't get a whole lot of it. Yes, it's decaf. They don't have a whole lot of caffeinated Rooibos teas. You have to mix something caffeinated into it in order to get that effect. But yeah, it's decaf. Ooh, I just got that little bit of a sample. Oh, so good. So I'm going to show you guys how much it expanded once I get the remaining water. See, I'm shaking this a little bit so that all the excess water falls into the cup. Oh, and it's stuck. Come on, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna run over to the light. Oh, I just spilled a drop. That's okay. So you see, there's not a whole lot of growth. It stayed from about here, so you can see that there was some expansion. I'm gonna show you the top. You can see that little apple piece right there. It became a little more yellow. Oh, I'm dripping a bit. I'll clean that up. But you can see as usual, the apple pieces get slightly bigger, more yellow. That's infused with the water, so it basically becomes brighter in color and softer in texture. There we go. I forgot which button to put back on myself, but that's okay. Yeah, I spilled a little bit. Oh, there we go, just one drop. Thankfully, that was all it. Oh, so I'm going to pour some of this out. You guys are going to see why I love red tea so much. Ew, it's heavy. I'm never going to get used to that. But look at that really golden red color that comes out of that. It's so dark. I want to say it's bronze. It's close to bronze. But maybe it's slightly darker. Darker than bronze? Oh, I'm gonna savor this. Like, for real. Well, I have to adjust my grip. But I am so gonna savor this because it's really, really, it's like I tend to, everything that I really love, I want to save for as long as possible. But since we only have an hour, oh yes, oh, I've been waiting for this all week. Once I decided that I was going to do Rooibos Nutcracker, that was it. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Really, really nice. Oh, yeah. So you get this. It's not as maple syrupy as I thought it would be, but you do really get a lot of the caramel. The Rooibos caramel is the most prevalent taste. You have some nut. What is this? Hazelnut, right? Hazelnut. Yeah, you have a lot of the hazelnut. Oh, and it's got chestnut in it as well. Honestly, I think the hazelnut is a little bit stronger than the chestnut. But that just might be because the hazelnut is naturally sweeter, so it's probably being brought out by the caramel a bit. It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. Sometimes it depends on the infuser that you get. Sometimes the taste is a little bit grainy. Throw some chocolate in it. Actually, that might not be such a bad idea if we put some chocolate chai in there. I think that would actually be pretty good. I might have to consider that. It's about that time of year where I'm going to drown myself in chocolate chai. So be prepared. I'm cooking up something in here right now. Some Rooibos Nutcracker and some chocolate chai. Get a little bit of maybe vanilla in there. Yeah, I'm thinking. But yeah, Nutella tea actually sounds like a pretty good idea. Thanks for that. I'm gonna steal that idea. I'll give you credit, don't worry. Oh, that's a beautiful taste. But like I was saying, sometimes the infuser lets some of the leaf out, so you get a grainy texture. It all depends on your own tastes. I know, Shanna, you don't like the graininess of it if it comes out too much, but that can be solved if you put everything. If you put the tea in a tea bag first, that lets like no grains out. Very little, like maybe you'll get powder from it, but no grain. So if you have like a texture issue, I would suggest doing this in tea bag form. You'll be fine. You'll still get the full flavor, which I guarantee you'll really love. I'm gonna have a little bit more because already I'm addicted and I can't stop drinking. This is perfect for a breakfast tea. Like, you have your pancakes or waffles, you have some eggs, maybe some bacon, a little side of sausage, and some Nutcracker Rooibos tea, you are set. This is also, I would venture to say that this is good for the evening as well. Because it's very soothing. It's sweet, but it won't make you hyper. It won't get you too active. It'll keep you alert for sure. It'll wake up your senses a little bit, but not overdo it. You know, you won't become too energized, but it'll make you happy. With Stroop waffles, yes, that has become my addiction. I love Stroop waffles. They are incredible. If you guys haven't had stroopwafels, look for them, hunt them down, do whatever it takes. It's worth it. You might have to like run over a couple people who are in your way. Just knock them out, put them up, and take it off. Take it home. Hey, Colleen, welcome. You haven't been here a while. Pull up a chair. Join us. This is actually. I'm glad you're here because this is something that you might want to use in a recipe. Like this is very much a dessert tea. I highly recommend it with sweets. There are maybe something served with ice cream. That would be like the best kind of that I don't know, to me that would be the best kind of we're having a Nutcracker Rooibos. It's a sweet Rooibos tea along with like it's got caramel, chestnut, hazelnut, apple pieces, blue cornflower, marigolds, three different types of natural flavor, which I'm going to read off to you right now. I know it's got caramel in it. I'm trying to do this by memory, but I'm missing two other natural flavors. So we got natural hazel. Oh, that's why I said hazelnut, chestnut, and and the cocoa nibs. I forgot about the cocoa nibs with the caramel. It actually is absolutely delicious. You know what? I venture to say that this has been the tastiest tea. Yeah, it's definitely a pie tea. This has been the tastiest tea that I've had in a while. Last week, the Christmas tea was a little underwhelming. It was more of a strong, earthy kind of flavor to it. Not what I expected for a Christmas tea, but still, it was good. This one is more my preference. This one has a livelier taste. Oh, excuse me. Oof, I was catching up with me. It's got a livelier taste to it. Very, 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 very sweet. I put some stevia in it as I always do, but this time around, it's like this one really doesn't need any kind of sweetness to it. I sweeten it anyway, just because I have a sweet tooth, and I like to lose control of it every so often, once a week on Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is something like I want to dip my stroopwafels in it. I technically have tried it without because they don't sweeten the samples at the store at Adagio, but well sometimes they do, but not often. This one's pretty good when it's not sweetened. But I'm drinking it sweetened tonight. When I make it in the future, I probably won't, or I'll just add some honey to it. Nothing too overwhelming. Exactly. That is what the holidays are for. It's for living it up, going to the extreme and enjoying. Like kicking back, letting loose, and don't worry about your cavities. Just live life. That's what it's there for. Now this what's interesting is I'm finding that I'm enjoying the scent of it just as much as the taste. Like normally you smell something, it's good, you're like, ooh, I want to drink it. But this one I find myself savoring the scent just as much as the taste. So I'm all around satisfied. This one, I venture to say it's really boo dentists. Yeah, exactly. It's really satisfying to 4 out of the 5 senses. Because I mean, you can't really enjoy the sound of tea, but well, I mean, you can, but that's not exactly what it's there for. I love the sound of the boiling water because it means I'm almost done. But the the aroma of it, the taste of it, even the way that it feels on my tongue, if it's steeped right, it's really, really smooth. It almost coats the tongue a little bit, like the caramel. The caramel stays in your mouth longer than the rest. That's something I don't talk about very often, is the aftertaste. A lot of teas have an aftertaste. Sometimes it's not pleasant. It all depends on how it's done. But this one kind of coats the tongue like a sugary kind of candy, and I enjoy having that on my tongue even while I'm talking to you guys. I don't regret it. This is like it's very pleasing to my sense of touch, if you can say the touch is on the tongue. The smell of it I've mentioned, the visual, like the beautiful reddish brown bronze of the tea is really aesthetically pleasing. Like you saw the way that it looks on video, even more so in person. You have the more depth of color. You have a more golden brown kind of visual to it. It almost glows a little bit red on the sides and the edges. As a matter of fact, I didn't even show you guys. Yeah, there's still enough. I'll show you guys what it looks like in the cup. Yeah, I find myself needing a moment alone sometimes. Now you can see right there, it's all a red tea. Like, I'm gonna tilt it over a bit. Now it's got like the reddish in the middle, but then you can see there's almost a golden halo around it, all the way at the top. And I think that adds to a more beautiful aesthetic. You know, it kind of looks like you have it really does look like a halo. You can't really top that. You can't top that visually. You have the passion. That is awesome. I really love the way that it looks. I mean, I don't recall ever seeing a really, really, literally golden halo. When I look into my tea, I've talked about like the yellow edge, but this one, it looks golden. And like just in the right light, it glows. So like I'm saying, visually, it's a very beautiful tea. Am I missing any senses? No, I think I said all four, right? 4 out of 5. Just catch on to the tea. You have to finish packing your kitchen. The next dish will be made in a new kitchen. Awesome. I can't wait to see what it looks like, and you'll have to catch me up on the whole move because I haven't seen you in a while. I assume that you've been moving and packing your stuff. So we'll catch up. If you're gonna stay logged in, feel free. I'll keep on talking, but absolutely, come back when you can, and I'll be here for about half an hour. Yeah, about half an hour. Depends. I don't know. It might be sooner than that because I keep drinking this stuff, and it's just that good. Oh yeah, he's so delicious. So, anybody have, what was it you were supposed to read? You love the tea, you love the tea passion. I thought you, you said I've the passion, so I thought you had the passion, but I guess not. Okay, good night. See you later. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm going to open up the floor to you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to ask or talk about, feel free. I'm gonna continue to drink because now it's starting to cool down, and it's right now it's warm on the side of tepid. It's not quite room temperature yet, and judging by the room, because it is kind of chilly, it's got a little bit of a ways to go. It's not going to be iced tea, but I get the feeling that it would make an amazing iced tea, which I might just buy one and hold it on until the summer. Welcome, Angel. What's up? Welcome. I might buy one and then save it for the summer. Once the seasonal teas are done, they usually go on sale. So my next package is gonna wait until then. Any flavors I would like for Adagio or David's teas to create? I'll have to think about that because there's so much. I would love to have a tea. I would love to have a tea that tastes like maybe you know what? Maybe a lemon lime kind of tea. Because I mean, you get a lot of lemon teas. You have lemongrass, but I've never really heard of a lemon lime kind of deal. That might be something to look into. Maybe add some lemon zest. I mean, lime zest. I don't know. That's something that would have to be considered. But yeah, it's like you have a whole lot of lemon flavor. Why not lemon lime? You never know. Let me get some more. Hey, that's okay. It's better late than never, you know. You know you're always welcome to my stream. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm glad that I'm able to help you pass your work day a little bit better, because I know how daunting work can be sometimes, or depending on your job, all the time. Luckily, I enjoy what I do, so generally I don't mind. Anyway, so I'm throwing it out there. I'm opening up the floor again. What do you guys want to know? You want to ask me anything? Go right ahead. This stuff is like, it's settling well into my stomach. Like, it's the kind of tea where, I don't know, I feel satisfied. Carmen, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I feel like you have the warmth inside that kind of lulls you. This is what I'm feeling right now. And Carmen, just to catch you up, I'm doing Carmen and Angel. I'm doing Rooibos Nutcracker. It's a very, very sweet red tea. It smells like syrup, tastes like caramel. You can't go wrong. We've already established it goes well with stroopwafels. If you guys don't know what stroopwafels is, find out. Then hoard it all. Eat as much as you can and gain 1,000 pounds on stroopwafels. This stuff it's awesome. I'm gonna be the endorsement for stroopwafels as well. No, this stuff is actually like really, really good. And I think that they would go well together, because stroopwafels does have they come in honey and caramel. I've had the caramel. I'm addicted to the caramel. I haven't had the honey yet, but the honey I'm sure is out of this world. I'll find out really, really soon. Next time we go to World Market, I'm sure I'll pick up a bag of that one as well. Then you know what I'm saying. If you haven't had it yet, run to Starbucks and get some stroopwafels, because they'll go well together. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I assume that it would go well with coffee. It definitely will go well with some of their teas, like the vanilla chai teas. And they have like a vanilla cinnamon chai or something like that that I've had before. That would go well with that too. So you've had the stroopwafels. I'm assuming because you say you love the caramel too. So yeah, then you know what I'm talking about. This stuff is It's addictive. I actually found that they sell them right down the street. I bought the last one. Like, they were all sold out. But yeah, I ran out of Big Lots. I ran out of Big Lots like a maniac, saying, "I got the last one." You don't like Starbucks? Well, look for like Big Lots or if they have, I don't know, do they have World Market in Philly? If they do, then go for it. I don't know where else they would sell them. I don't see them very often. So maybe I have, and just, this was before I liked them so much. Because I mean, I only had them a few. What was it, like maybe a month or two ago? But yeah, it's really good. I believe it's a German snack, right? Or is it from the Netherlands? I don't recall. But yeah, if you can find them, definitely buy them, eat them. Yeah. Yeah, what if you could find? Oh, it's Dutch. It's in the area somewhere. But yeah, it's a really great snack, and it will go very well with this tea. Yeah, I'm sure that they pop up every so often. It's the kind of thing that if you don't know what it is, you see it, but you don't acknowledge it. But once you know what it is, it's like you see it, and you're like, there it is. I have to have some. It's that kind of a thing. Definitely. I mean, it's once you know how it's spelled, because I mean, I can say stroopwafel all you like, and it's like you'll never remember it, but it's literally just as the way it sounds: Stroopwafles. So it's Stroop waffles. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can order it on Amazon too. And you know what else you could order on Amazon? Those sugar-free gummy bears that everybody has made infamous. So Angel, if you look for the sugar-free gummy bears, might as well add them to your cart. And whatever you don't read the reviews. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. Trust me, if you'll want to read the reviews on those because they are hilarious. Well, I'm sure somebody does. Sure, somebody makes the sugar-free gummy bears that are quite the adventure. Oh, they're having a party upstairs. I hear my goddaughter. She's doing something. The Hell Bears, yeah, they've gotten that reputation. It's so funny though. Oh man, you guys, if you haven't read the reviews, if you haven't heard anything about them, look them up for a good laugh. You'll enjoy it. Okay, guys. Next, throw something at me. You want to talk about it? Talk about it. Talk about tea. I'm going to refill a little bit because I'm starting to run a bit low. On the banana slicer? Or I know the banana bunker that Groupon had. They had a lot of great comments. Even that went viral. The banana slicer, I can imagine why that would be funny. But I haven't personally read them, so I don't know. Oh, look at that beautiful color. Such a gorgeous brown. Oh, trip, trip, trip. Every last drop. Okay, definitely. I want to read them. There we go. Oh. I don't know why I'm having problems holding stuff with my right hand lately. It's weird. Like, I'm trying to grab it awkwardly, but it just doesn't work. Hiccups too. Hit me at the wrong time. Anyway, I made a bit of a mess. I just realized. There we go. And my computer keeps falling asleep too. There we go. That's much better. Oh, this is like, I feel stuffed but satisfied. Like I'm not overly stuffed. I feel like I'm just relaxed and calm. Yeah, I'll have to check that. You'll actually have to send that to me on the messenger, because there's no way I'll find it scrolling through the comments later on. But yeah, definitely I'll check that out once I'm done with this stream, while I'm loading it onto my YouTube channel, because that usually takes some time. Speaking of which, don't forget to like and share my video, so that all your friends can see this show and they'll want to drink some of this syrup tea, Rooibos Nutcracker stuff. It's awesome. And I did see you like it. Thanks, Carmen. Oh my God, I feel like I feel like I'm gonna be put to sleep tonight, because I feel satisfied. I feel very happy, very calm. This is it's a sweet tea that keeps you. It keeps everything. Yes, I have. I've been chugging it because I can't stop. It's like I just really enjoy the flavor, and I mean the scent. My room, I have a lavender chamomile plug-in that when I walk into my room every day, that's the one thing I smell. It's really, really strong, but I can't even smell that because the tea is really powerful. Not overpowering to the fact that it's going to be annoying, but it's more like it's more like it envelops you in a very positive way. Yeah, I guess that's the best description that I can come up with. It's enveloping. Oh, I want to have some more. I'm trying to slow down. I'm trying, but it's really hard because, like, I smell it and it's just so tempting. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking smaller sips, and I'm pacing myself, or at least trying to, because I can't. It's really hard for me not to drink it all in one shot. But then, like, what would I do for the rest of the stream? I'd just be sitting here twiddling my thumbs, saying "stroopwafels." You know, that's not very entertaining to you guys. As funny as I would find it, but yeah, I already have a twisted sense of humor to begin with. So, yeah, I think I'll stick to the tea drinking and less of the stroopwafling, because, oh yeah, it's absolutely fun to say. I mean, I could say stroopwafels and giggle to my heart's content, but I think I'll wait until after the stream is over and then do that to myself and make people wonder as they walk by my room. Yeah, it's like I'll be sitting here alone with the lights closed, be like, stroopwafels, hee 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 hee. People just walk by like, what? Oh man, and this is how I get my kicks, just trolling people, make them try to figure out what's going on. All part of my master plan. Why is that not a good idea? I think it's very entertaining. I'd be cracking up the whole time. I don't know. That's just me. Oh, that's so good. It started. Ooh, I choked. Ooh, went down the wrong pipe. Oh, sorry about that. I lost my train of thought. That's what a near-death experience would do for you. Okay, slightly traumatic. Just a little bit. I was not in any mortal danger, just so you know. But anyway, what was I saying? Well, yeah, it's gone. Whatever was in my head, out the window. So nothing more to do but then to drink another piece, and maybe that'll jog my memory. Oh yeah, Dai Bai tea. Hey, speaking of which, I'm still gonna do my Dai Bai chai. I don't know if I talked to you guys. I did one Dai Bai chai already. Sometime this winter. It's definitely gonna be in the winter because the last time I did it in, I believe it was the spring or the fall, something like that. Wasn't quite cold yet in my room, so I was sweating like a hog. But that one I'm gonna do. I developed a second Dai Bai chai with chocolate, so it's gonna be a Death by Chocolate chai. I want to do a side by side comparison. Now you guys know I have a taste for the spicy. Last time that had me sweating. This time I want to go for it. DBC 2.0? I'm not sure I understand what that is. But, Dai Bai Chai 2.0. Oh, yeah. I got it. A little slow on the uptake there, but, at least I made it, right? Better late than never. But yeah, I'm going to do the side-by-side comparison, and it's going to be a test of endurance because I'm not going to do just one, but I'm going to be doing 2 pots of tea. And that is going to be challenging. I did my triple play couple months ago, the Chicago trilogy, but that was not 3 whole pots. That one was just like 1 pot divided into 3. This time around, I have to figure out how I'm going to also prepare the water. I think I should be able to do, because there's still enough water in there to fill a good amount of the second pot, but we'll see. I'll figure out. Leslie, welcome. I'll figure out I'll figure out the way the best way to do it. But yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. That's to come in the near future. I'll probably place the order pretty soon and get the ball rolling. But yeah, it's gonna be a test of endurance, and it's a test that I'm willing to do. It's for the love of you guys. But anyway, let me see. I almost forgot. I still have some tea left. I still have about half a cup here. So you guys, throw it at me. Whatever you got on your mind. Ask me questions. Make any comments. We'll see. Oh, that's so good. It's starting to. It's tepid. It's still slightly warm. Hasn't crossed over that cold line yet, but as it cools off, it's getting a little bit more. It's getting a little bit more thick. Why does my cup make you sad now? It's my Sue, my T-Rex. It's meant to make you laugh and smile and be cheery because it's all a joke. See?
Why do I make you sad? T-Rex no make you sad.
Well, you heard of her. She's not disappearing, she's just being moved. I seriously doubt they're gonna get rid of the most valuable attraction that they have. You'll probably just have to go inside to see her rather than rather than like go into the lobby and say, "Hey, it's Sue." Like she won't be around at all. They're shipping her out. I can't imagine them doing that. It's not a chai tea, but oh, so she's gonna be gone for the whole year. That's odd. I guess there she's gonna be traveling. I don't know. The chai tea, is it better hot or cold? It all depends on your tastes. I like it better when it's hot, because you get the heat behind the spice, so it's an extra kick. It's good when it's cold, but it doesn't have the oomph behind it. If you're in the middle of the winter and it's freezing, you get the hot temperature along with the hot spice taste to it, and it warms up your core body temperature, so it lasts a lot longer. You feel it inside, like your entire body gets warmed by it. It's not just an outside taste. So I highly recommend that you drink chai tea hot. It's still good cold, depending on the flavor. I like vanilla chai. I like vanilla chai cold. What's the other one? There's Thai chai is really cold, but it's not a very spicy tea. I highly recommend it anyway. When it's cold, it's out of this world. Chocolate chai. I've had chocolate chai when it was cold. It doesn't have the same effect. I still like it, but I prefer it hot. Same thing with masala chai. Masala chai is a very, very spicy but earthy tea. I don't think I did a I don't think I've done a stream for it yet. I'll have to review my YouTube videos to see. Is it better with milk or water? That again, it depends on your tastes. I prefer it with water. You can put creamer in it, but you can do it either way. It all depends. I would do it. The masala chai I think would be better with water because it doesn't really agree with the sweetness. I haven't done a stream with the mate yet. I'm going to do that when I get my gourd. But that's something that further on down the line, once, like, I was talking to you about that, like at Adagio, at the Adagio in Naperville. I didn't know what to spend my points on. I was thinking about getting the gourd and the bombilla, but that I think I'll get later on down the line. I want to do a mate, but I want to do a mate in a group because that's the way that it's traditionally done. Angel, going back to your question with the milk or the water, I think that the sweeter ones would be good with milk, heated milk. Like Thai chai would go great with milk because it's got the vanilla kind of coconutty flavor to it, so that would complement the milk well. But the earthiness of the masala chai would probably be underdone. You'll lose some of that core flavor in the milk. So I would recommend that go with water. And if you prefer a little bit of cream, that would be excellent. To really get the spice out of it, I would suggest drinking with water, no sweetener. Because that is going to take away the overall spiciness to it. So I'll put it to you this way: the sweeter chais go great with milk. The harder, spicier chais is best with water. so that way you get the full flavor. Ooh. But that's a great question. Like, I never really considered it. Now, as a bit of a side fact, I have steeped lapsang sao chong in water when I made my my mashed potatoes with it, and it really it still does steep well in water, even if it was not water with milk, even when it's heated. It mixes really well. It tastes pretty strong in the mashed potatoes. I can't wait to do that again because it was delicious. How about this? Would I do a chai tea frozen drink? Absolutely. They have at Dunkin' Donuts. They have a frozen vanilla chai. Get it? It's great on a really hot day. I would suggest waiting until it's actually hot, because when it's like 12 below, that's the last thing you want. Talk about brain freeze. Ouch. Yeah, you'd want to avoid that. But chai in general as a frozen, the sweeter ones are best when they're frozen. I wouldn't recommend freezing a really strong chai, because again you'll lose the full experience of the kick. Ooh. Alright, so I have about a quarter of a cup left. We'll see. Oh, they have an acai drink, but is the acai? I know the acai is just the fruit, but is it also a chai? Because acai it's not a chai. It's just the actual. I believe it's a berry. And I don't know what Wawa is. I'm assuming that's someplace to actually get it, but I don't know. But yeah, I would imagine that acai would be better cold. It would probably taste amazing hot, but since it's a berry, since it's a fruit. Okay, so you guys know what Wawa is. I have no idea. I mean, to me, that's like how I said water when I was 2. But I don't know what Wawa is. I'm assuming that it's a store. I'll have to look it up later. But yeah, if you're gonna drink it, I would recommend trying it both ways, actually, because you never know which way you prefer it. I usually try my teas hot and decide if I want to try it cold. Because if you drink it cold the first time, it'll sometimes turn you off. Because there is a drastic difference between drinking a hot tea and a cold tea that sometimes you don't realize. When you drink something cold, you taste it more. Normally when you drink a hot tea, the heat doesn't allow you to taste as much of the flavor that's there. But when it does, when you want something that's a fuller flavor, you'll want something that you actually like when it's hot, enough so that if it's got like an acquired taste to it, you don't want to try it cold until you fully acquired and appreciated the taste. Then maybe trying it cold would be good. But I mean, you hear a lot of different opinions, especially when you talk about matcha. I love matcha. I think it's great when it's hot. I think it's great when you mix it with other stuff. But cold, it tastes like you're eating the lawn. And as much as I love matcha, I cannot drink it plain cold, because it is just like, whoa. It's already a strong green flavor. so that when it's cold, you get even more of the grassy, greeny chlorophyll. Like that's the only way to describe it. It's pure chlorophyll. And I mean it's good, but it's hard to get used to sometimes. So yeah, definite difference between cold and hot. Try it hot first, see if you like it. Yes, Nicole, it's a new hobby. I'm glad you came. Better late than never. Yeah, my face. Yeah, my face is priceless because I mean, like, I'm just imagining drinking it cold, and it's like, it's really really strong. Some people like it, you know. Some people like that green chlorophyll taste. More power to them, but it's really hard for me to drink it cold unless I have a lot of like milk to mix in. That kind of deadens it because it sweetens everything. So if you drink it latte, it's great. But yeah, I prefer it hot. So anyway, another question, comment, anything? Cinnamon and ginger is it's depending on what you mix with it, you'll get a really great flavor. It can be iced, but you would need something to carry it. Like if you have vanilla, if you have caramel, if you have chocolate, those kind of things will carry the spiciness to a new dimension. But if you were to mix it with something more earthy, like a black tea, if you have I forget what else is in the masala chai that makes it really gritty, really earthy, really really strong. If you were to try to sweeten that, you lose something. I mean, it's still good, but it wouldn't be as good. Yeah, borophyll. I believe that sounds like an Adam Sandler joke. that's got to be from an Adam Sandler movie, I'm sure. Ooh, I still have about 2 or 3 sips left. So come on, hit me with your best shot. Ooh, that's good. It's starting to get cross the line into iced tea flavor, and I'm liking it. Like right now, it's getting more towards chili, and it's retaining its full flavor. Hey Ma, welcome back. It's retaining it's becoming more and more sweet, more and more syrupy. So I would definitely recommend drinking this as an iced tea because it's still carrying a full flavor. For sure. As a matter of fact, I probably won't even wait until the summer to make iced tea. I put my iced tea maker down for a bit because since it's starting to get colder, I don't make iced tea as much. But now, yeah, I'm getting tempted to make some of this because you're getting like when I made the caramel with the caramel Rooibos with the milk, the one that Munoz came and fell in love with that day. I had that mixed with the milk and he loved it, and I have to say I love it too. So it's got kind of that end of the spectrum. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna make some of this iced tea, whether it's this specific blend or something else down the line. If I buy another one and save it for the summer, then by all means. I see the problem with that though is that it's so hard to time it just right because iced tea takes about an hour to brew. The hot tea is done in 5 minutes. So, it's I can it'll take some prep work, but it can be done unless I make the iced tea beforehand, save it, and then yeah, I could probably do that. Or I'll just make yes, this is the last stream of 2017, and I hope you guys will join me all through next year and into the year following. If this keeps on, if this stays as popular as it is, and you guys love it, I'm gonna keep on doing it until I get stopped. you know. But yeah, this stuff. I mean, I enjoy doing these streams for you guys, and you guys continually make it worth my while. Like, you encourage me, you keep me focused, you keep me on my toes, and you challenge me with these questions, and like I learn sometimes along with you guys by considering the possibilities. Yes, I am Mr. T, it's official. But absolutely, I mean, the way that this whole thing started, I'm sure it's not a full year. I forgot when I started, but it's been quite some time, and this stream has gone to places that I had no idea it could go. And I have done new things with you guys that I never thought I'd be doing. Yes, you are feeding my addiction, and you're also broadening my perspective. And that is something that you cannot replace with anything. Like, I'm eternally grateful for you guys, and I think I'm gonna chug the rest of this because it's almost done. So. Oh, that was so good. So, getting back to that, it kind of blows my mind that something that started off as just a small idea, something that started off with promoting the charities and just doing it for educational purposes and trying to let you guys know that if you buy this tea, you'll also plant a small seed with a certain charity, for something that started off with a simple purpose. It's grown and it's evolved and it's challenged me. I constantly look for new things for you guys, and I'm still getting ideas. I'm still getting new venues to explore, and I'm going to take this moment to really thank you guys and let you know that this entire experience has meant the world to me. I know I have the passion and the love for tea, but I never knew I had the ability to inspire you guys and to really have you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And just to know that I've made that impact in your lives, and I've helped to broaden your horizons as much as you've broadened mine, it's humbling. And then taking into consideration that this is going to be the end of the first year that I've been doing this, I had no idea that there was potential for growth, but now that I'm at this point from where it started, I see that there is a lot further that I can take this. There's a lot more to do, and I hope that you guys stick with me, because this is going to be a journey that it's going to be fulfilling for us all, I hope. it means the world to me, and I hope it means the world to you. And I'm going to keep on doing this for as long as you guys will have me. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I'm looking forward to bringing new things to you. I want this upcoming year to be even more productive. You said you have no idea that tea was so good. There was so many different flavors. Yeah, like, I had no idea when I first started. And when I started getting you into it, you were like a test subject in some cases. Like, not to say that I thought it might be bad. I might check it with you first. But it really puts a perspective to me where something that I enjoy, others do too, and I can put it out there. I can share it. It becomes a tool for fellowship, you know, and it's an amazing thing to see the impact that I have had on people. And now that I'm doing the stream, that same impact is widening. There's more people that's asking me questions on the stream, off the stream, just in general, in passing. They want tea advice, you know? And I had no idea that I could still spread this kind of information for so long. Yeah, you're all addicted now. I had to. That's. I promise that's my last tea pun on the stream for 2017. For 2017, last one. I promise. But oh God, that was awful. But anyway, yeah. I was severely lacking in tea puns for this stream. I had to throw them in there. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, this is an incredibly humbling experience, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You all mean the world to me, and whenever I make my closing comments, not just on the stream and on my Facebook post, but when I tell you guys that you are all amazing and you keep me going, you guys are the fuel for this. Not the caffeine in the tea, that just keeps me alert. But you guys encourage me when I feel like I'm just tired and I don't know if I can do it next week because it's so much work, but it's so fulfilling. And it's so rewarding. I thoroughly and honestly love doing this for you guys. And I am eternally grateful. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out tonight's stream. I'm looking forward to an amazing experience coming for 2018. I have new ideas still in the works. I'm working on new guests, on new experiences, I'm still looking for the cheese tea. Once I find a place that has cheese tea, I'm going to go and I'm going to drink it and I'm going to share with you guys. And, oh, excuse me. I want to see where it'll take me. I've actually seen I might try making it at home because I've seen that they have like recipes online. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But yeah, I am working on new ideas, new experiences, thinking about new flavors, new things to bring to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up now. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. But once again, you guys, I love you all. You mean the world to me. And I look forward to another year of just absolute adventures with tea. And I want you guys to have an amazing weekend, a wonderful new year. May you all be blessed and find success in the future. Let's put 2017 behind us, look ahead towards the future, and just I don't know how I can top what I've already said, so I will see you guys next week with our new tea. I'm debating which one to do, so I'll let you guys know next week which one I'm doing, and it's gonna definitely be a new and amazing experience. So have a great night, a great weekend, happy New Year, and when next we meet, it'll be 2018. Bye.